Hello YouTubers, and Jesus bless you. This is me, Christina, and I wanted to come to you guys today with something that's kind of important and that I've been going through here lately. We need to realize that Satan is, as much as we don't like to think of it, he is intelligent in some ways. Of course, God is more intelligent and he knows his plots, and he is very quick to smite him, and he's very quick to be at our side. But we need to be aware of some of these plots that he has to keep us out of God's graces. And one that I recently have kind of been through, and I realize is huge, is distraction. Satan uses distraction in such a huge way to keep our attention focused on other things when it should be really focused on the Lord at all times. I've kind of always, for a lot of my life, I had a yo-yo relationship with the Lord. You know how people go on yo-yo diets back and forth. That's the way my relationship has been for a lot of times. But for a while there, and only by the graces of God, I felt close to him, very close to him, and I didn't realize it, but I was being distracted by many things. It's important. It's not a bad thing to have relationships. You know, I'm recently engaged, and I'm going to be married sometime in the future, and I realized that, you know, even though my fiance is a Christian man and loves the Lord with all of his heart, sometimes we can be a distraction to each other. And it says that, you know, our Lord we serve a jealous God, that he wants him to be first in our life, and we need to make sure that that is happening, because the moment that we lose that sight off of him, that's when Satan has a foothold right there to get a hold of those things. And sometimes God has got to chastise us, and I kind of think that maybe I'm going through a little bit of that chastisement right now. I used to be so careful as to where my time was focused. I used to be careful as to, I really didn't watch much TV, I really didn't play many video games. I tried to, when I was on the computer, I tried to be on YouTube, making or watching Christian videos, listening to gospel music a lot of times. If I was online, I was on there's a site called Pal Talk, and it has many chat rooms, and one of them is like, there's tons of Christian chat rooms, and they have kind of like church on there on certain nights, and I was a part of that. And I've kind of gotten so caught up with other things like college and my relationship, that I've kind of let those get in the way. And I've just recently really realized as to the extent I've let them get in the way, and I've repented of that, and I'm working my way back up, because, you know, with me, when I lose that, I start all over again. When I backslide, or when I lose that grip, when I lose that focus off of the Lord, I have to start all over again, and I'm starting all over again with my relationship with the Lord. So please don't be fooled into thinking that giving a little more attention to this or this or this isn't such a big deal. Oh, watching too much TV, that's not a big thing. Or, oh, playing too many video games, that's whatever, I'll make time for Jesus. Oh, you know, I'm in this new relationship, which I'm sure God understands. It is important that we keep our eyes on Christ at all times, because as soon as we lose that really does lead into some dangerous territory right there. And so I'm just saying, you know, a lot of what I bring to you are things that I've been through myself, and you're my brothers and sisters, and I feel free to tell you, you know, when I mess up, I say, hey, I've messed up. And if my downfalls can be an example to you, then I want it to be, to learn from my mistakes. So I'm really kind of reevaluating some things right now. And it's good to spend time with our family. It's great to spend time with, if you're married or if you're working on, if you're working on a relationship, to have that partner and God has brought that person into your life. Yes, absolutely, that relationship needs tending to, it needs worked on, but God has got to be the main focus of that relationship. I remember a time in my life where my life was focused. It was Christ centered. My life was centered around the Lord, and I'm kind of feeling like I've kind of gotten out of that, and that's a scary feeling for me. So, I'm talking to my fiance, and like I said, he's a Christian man, and so we've kind of been praying about that, and we're kind of getting back on track, and it's so important, because we really don't know how much time we have left on this earth, and now definitely is not the time to be distracted, and distractions can come in so many ways. There can be, there's a little bit of chaos in my family life right now, and that's pulling some of my attention, and we have to make sure that no matter what it is that's going on in our life, no matter how busy our life is, it is so important that we keep our focus on Christ, that we keep our focus on the Lord, so that we can maintain that relationship with Him. Because when you lose that focus, when you kind of lose that focus and you get distracted, it's like your relationship kind of like goes down the drain. It's like you were here and now you're here. It really is tough on the relationship with the Lord. And like I said, God is a jealous God. He is jealous for us. He is jealous for our affections and our attention and our time. And we need to make sure that He is the number one in our life. And I feel very sorry for devoting so much of my attention to other things where it needs to be placed, on the Lord. And I need to get back into the way that I used to be. And I'm just asking for my brothers and sisters to please pray for me. There's a lot of things going on right now, and I'm kind of going through a lot of things. And yeah, I'll just stop it right there. But anyways, it's important that we be lifting up and encouraging each other, because the closer it is for Christ to return, the more Satan realizes how little his time is, and the more he's going to fight and try to keep us away from the Lord. And I didn't realize how easily we can become distracted. That's a pretty big thing, I didn't realize exactly how distracted I was until I went to pray, and I could feel it, and that freaked me out, and I just didn't like that. So I'm getting back on my knees, back on track, and putting Him first again, because nobody in my life compares to Him. I love the guy I'm with. I love Him with my whole heart, but I love God more, and I need to get back to that. I need to get back to putting Him first all the time, no matter what. I need to get back to centering my life around Him, and letting Him be the most important and the most key factor in my life, and kind of planning things around Him, not planning time. I need to plan my time around Christ, not plan time with Christ around everything else that I'm going, with. And I've been slacking when it comes to reading the Word. I was doing good. I was doing so good with that. It was only because of God that I was doing good, but I was doing good there for a long time. And I get distracted, and it's so easy to become distracted. It really is. So do some inventory on where you're spending your time, and see see if you're distracted. See if there are too many distractions in your life, and reevaluate where you're spending your time and where it should be. And I just pray that this can be a blessing to somebody, that you can learn from my mistakes. And so yeah, it's always a battle. Onward, Christian shoulder. It's always a soldiers. It's always a battle. But the thing is that we don't have to fight this battle by ourselves. God's with us. He's with us every step of the way. Jesus said He will never leave us nor forsake us. So we're never alone. And even right now, I think I'm kicking myself more in the butt than Jesus is. So yeah. But anyways, that's about it. I'm gonna go get caught up with spending some time with the Lord, and I will be posting some new videos. To be honest, I almost thought about starting a new YouTube channel just because I want to get more serious about the Lord. And some of my older, more previous videos from a long time ago really were just kind of playing around, and I want to be more serious. But I think instead I'm just going to kind of revamp this channel and bring you some different things. And now that I'm home, I have to leave for a while, but I will still be posting, and I'm going to start getting into that Bible symbology, and as I get into that, I'll bring that to you. May you guys be blessed and be a blessing, and peace out, guys. I love you much.